Coronation Street is lining up another emotionally charged week as the aftermath of the devastating multi-vehicle crash continues to ripple through Weatherfield. With Becky Swain facing the harsh reality of prison, secrets unravel, loyalties are tested, and a shocking pregnancy twist threatens to upend multiple lives on the cobbles. Viewers will see Becky Swain's storyline take a dark and intense turn following the revelation of her crimes. As already known, Becky abducted Carla Connor in a desperate attempt to flee the country with her daughter Betsy. Her plan ultimately collapsed when ex-wife Lisa Swain uncovered the truth behind Carla's disappearance, forcing Becky to face justice. Now behind bars, Becky's anger simmers just beneath the surface, and it won't take much to ignite it. When Betsy confronts her mother in prison after learning that Becky threatened to implicate Lisa, emotions explode. Betsy doesn't hold back, letting Becky know exactly how betrayed and hurt she feels. Becky, clearly seething, lashes out, but whether her fury will lead to further consequences remains to be seen. Later, Carla pays Betsy a visit, hoping to offer comfort, but is left conflicted when Betsy begs her not to walk away again. Meanwhile, the fallout from the catastrophic crash continues to dominate Weatherfield. At the Chariot Square Hotel, Ryan Connor delivers devastating news to Debbie Webster after uncovering financial records that expose her brother Carl's long-running deception. It becomes clear that Carl has been siphoning money from Debbie for months, leaving her reeling. When confronted, Carl scrambles to explain himself, but can he really talk his way out of this one? As Debbie's legal troubles mount, those closest to her grow increasingly worried. Ronnie confides in his nephew, Michael, that he fears Debbie may ignore legal advice and plead guilty, a decision that could cost her everything. His fear of losing her is painfully evident. Later, Kevin Webster visits Debbie at the flat, urging her to reconsider her plea, only for Ronnie to step in when emotions begin to spiral. Carl soon arrives, applying pressure of his own and insisting Debbie plead guilty, a move that raises suspicion about his true motives. Bernie Winter also weighs in, encouraging Debbie not to shoulder the blame for Billy's tragic accidental death. While Ronnie agrees with Bernie, Carl's unease becomes harder to conceal. As Debbie prepares to face the dock, the question hangs heavily in the air. Will she follow her heart or be manipulated into a devastating mistake? Elsewhere, David and Shona Platt find themselves pulled into a mysterious new storyline when newcomer Jodie drops a bombshell revelation. She admits she was involved in the same crash as them, leaving the couple stunned. Later, David encounters Jodie alone in the hospital car park, visibly distressed and suffering a panic attack. In a moment of vulnerability, she confesses that she is homeless. David brings Jodie back to No. 8, where she is introduced to Bethany Platt, who immediately takes a liking to her. However, the situation takes an uncomfortable turn when Nick Tilsley unexpectedly arrives, while David is still at the hospital. Nick's tense interaction with Jodie sets alarm bells ringing, and when David and Shona return home to find the pair together, the atmosphere is thick with unease. Things grow even more concerning when Shona notices bruising on Jodie's wrist. Jodie claims she was attempting to escape an abusive relationship, a desperate act that ultimately led to the crash. While her story evokes sympathy, doubts linger. Is Jodie telling the truth, or is there more to her past than she's letting on? Amid the chaos, David and Shona attempt to focus on their newborn daughter, Harper, cherishing quiet moments as new parents. But their fragile happiness is shattered when an alarm sounds and doctors rush in. They are soon told that Harper urgently needs a blood transfusion. Terrified, David and Shona cling to one another as they face every parent's worst fear. Elsewhere on the cobbles, Daniel Osborne shares concerns with Megan Walsh about Will's recent troubling behavior and subsequent detention. When Daniel invites Megan to Bertie's birthday party, she's delighted. However, Suspicions begin to swirl when Megan later leaves the shop with something hidden in her bag and is immediately confronted by an angry Will, who questions where she spent the night. As Bertie's birthday celebrations get underway, Alia Nazir asks Bertie to fetch candles from her bag. Instead, he accidentally rummages through Megan's belongings and makes a discovery that could change everything. Inside the bag is a pregnancy test, leaving everyone stunned and raising one explosive question. Who is expecting, and how will this revelation impact the fragile relationships on the street? With prison threats, hidden abuse, medical emergencies, and a potential pregnancy scandal all colliding, Coronation Street is set to deliver another unmissable week packed with tension, heartbreak, and shocking twists.